Time travel. The very topic seems impossible, seemingly to only be feasible in science fiction movies. So, what does science say we can and can't do, and why does every time travel movie break the laws of physics? Albert Einstein and Stephen Hawking, two of the leading scientists on time travel, said that traveling to the past is not possible, but the future is a different story. So, let's start with what we know. Einstein's special theory of relativity shows us that time is relative, not absolute, and the faster you're traveling, the slower your clock ticks. But what does this mean, and how is this possible? The closer to the speed of light you travel, the less effect time has on you, and the more time on Earth passes. Theoretically, if you were to board a rocket right now, traveling near light speed away from Earth for a 20-year round trip, and then you come back, everyone on Earth would have aged 20 years, while you might have only aged 10. This is called time dilation, and when you return, you would have technically traveled 20 years into the future. Time dilation happens because space and time form a flexible fabric called space-time, which bends and stretches. This concept of space-time is a part of Einstein's general theory of relativity that states gravity is not just a force, but rather the result of massive objects bending the fabric of space-time around them. Moving close to the speed of light slows time for you relative to someone at rest, and being near a strong gravitational force, like a planet or black hole, also slows time compared to someone farther away. Time dilation has been proven for the first time with a Russian cosmonaut who was aboard the Russian space station moving at high speeds above Earth. He is 0.02 seconds younger than everyone here on Earth. When traveling high speeds in space, astronauts age ever so slightly slower than we do down here. Therefore, time traveling to the future is totally possible. The past is a completely different story. Some think that traveling faster than the speed of light will result in traveling to the past, and there are many problems with this theory. First, it is impossible for an object with mass to travel the speed of light because it would require infinite energy. Even if it were possible, the tiniest particle in space would blow any object apart, a person, a spaceship, or anything, and it could quite possibly need negative energy, something that's not proven to exist. One scientist, named Ronald Mallet, has been researching time travel since he was 10 and lost his father, and he is trying to prove traveling to the past in a different way. His theory is to use lasers to twist time, similar to how a black hole warps the gravity around it, to create a loop. Although this would only allow you to travel back to when the machine was first turned on, and his idea has not been tested past theory. Once again, energy is a large factor, and the amount required for this machine to work would need the machine to be larger than the size of Earth. Hawking said that in order to travel back in time, new matter, or technically a new you, would need to be created. Since matter can't be created or destroyed, traveling to the past was ruled as impossible in his book. Einstein's theory does support the existence of wormholes, and they could be used to travel from one point to another, and they could actually form under certain conditions, such as the drastic warping of space-time caused by massive objects like black holes. Another possibility is that the wormholes could form during the Big Bang, or be created by humans if we could somehow find a way to warp space-time. However, whether they exist or are stable enough for travel is still really widely unknown. And traveling to the past would involve paradoxes such as the grandfather paradox and the disruption of the chronological order of the universe. So, you may be wondering, hey, what is the grandfather paradox? So the grandfather paradox is essentially, if you were to go back in time and prevent your grandfather from meeting your grandmother, you would have never been born in the first place. So then, how would you have ever gone back? There are many other paradoxes similar to this one that increase the complexity of traveling to the past. It has also been proposed that when traveling to the past, a new timeline would open up, allowing for your home universe to not be disrupted, and instead you make changes to a brand new one. This could be plausible and would solve issues such as the grandfather paradox, but you would need a way to get to the past in the first place, which we just discussed is not possible. So that's the theory side of it all, but what about fiction? In classic Hollywood movies like Back to the Future, Time Traveler, and The Time Machine, time travel is nothing like how it would be in real life. In movies, characters travel multiple times to the past and future, and as previously mentioned, the past is impossible based on our understanding of physics and the universe. In movies, you usually have some scientist building some sort of time machine or contraption, jumping in it, and being transported to where they want to go. This is not how it would be in real life at all. To travel to the future, it would first cost an insane amount of money to build a rocket, and the cost of fuel would be astronomical. This results in it not being nearly as accessible or easy to build as it is shown in movies. In Back to the Future, the DeLorean, aka the time travel machine, only needed to travel 88 miles an hour to travel into the future. The car needed 121 gigawatts, which is 1 billion watts of energy to do so, the same amount released when lightning strikes. This is totally impossible. Even if we were to somehow collect lightning, we would have no way to connect it to time travel. And as we know, traveling to the past is already impossible. Another movie, called The Time Traveler, demonstrates time travel to the future in another impossible way. In the movie, the main character goes into the time machine, is encased in a bubble that shields him. He stays stationary while the Earth ages millions of years into the future. This, of course, is very different from how it would look, because the main character remains in one spot, and as previously mentioned, he would need to travel near the speed of light to travel into the future. So, here's the rundown. Time travel to the future, possible with the right technology and resources. Time travel to the past, impossible, but keep dreaming, because curiosity is what fuels the imagination, and both fuel science.